So what makes the movie The Dark Knight great? It's time to take a look at the introduction to The Dark Knight, the first 5 minutes of the movie where the Joker, the Heath Ledger character, very famous character, is introduced in the movie. We want to see how it does it and how the opening 5 minutes announces the major themes of the movie and sucks you in and gets you very interested in watching this movie, which has, over the last 12 years, made a major impact. Still, the college students who were barely born at the time it came out, college students today that I have, are still really enjoying The Dark Knight and Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy. I'm going to go through the opening 5 minutes shot for shot, showing you all kinds of small details, all of which matter tremendously. So please be patient, follow along, and I think you're going to learn a lot about how movies are put together and about how you can watch movies critically and in an engaging way. I'll be down in the bottom right-hand corner, so look for me down there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for great movie content. Alright, let's take a look at The Dark Knight and why this opening is so powerful, probably so influential, so interesting how it sets up the entire movie. Let's begin with the very beginning. Now the first shot of the movie. This is great. Most people watch this movie and they don't notice what this opening shot is doing. I think that this is really interesting. It gives us a cityscape in the middle of the day, high places where we're going to go, on tops of buildings, at the highest heights. This is an establishment shot. It tells us where we're going to go inside, which building we're going to go inside. Christopher Nolan, the director, likes to use these helicopter shots that move forward pretty slowly over a landscape, in this case a cityscape, tell you where you're at to give you the geography of a scene. This would be an ordinary establishment shot for Nolan. Now, it costs a lot to take a helicopter up and fly it and get this kind of shot, but first the music is tense, and then what's going to happen in this establishment shot is something I don't think I've seen. I'm sure I have, I just can't think of another example, so I think it's pretty unique, which is that this ordinary establishment shot has some action in it. So at this point, as we zoom in on this building, we should cut into the interior of it. Normally in almost all TV shows and movies, you get the exterior of a building and then you cut into the interior, going from outside to inside. This doesn't do that. What this does first is how you get in a window that explodes outward. Let's watch it. And then the interior. So that would be the interior following the exterior shot. But why does that window explode outward? Now this seems like a little detail no one cares about until you actually start thinking about it, connecting it to the rest of the movie. In fact, I will show you how this first foray into the world of explosions is shown in the beginning, the first 5 minutes. You're going to see this 3 or 4 times where something explodes outward unexpectedly. Here you've got an ordinary establishment shot that becomes chaotic. The window explodes, fragmenting pieces, shards of glass outward. That is representative of some of the themes of the movie, especially related to the Joker. The whole first 5 minutes introduces the Joker to us, and in fact, as I will argue, it builds up to the reveal of the Joker. That's the point at which I'll stop watching this introduction. Chaos of this window breaking outward before you cut in to the interior, to me represents the nihilism, well, at least the surprises that are going to happen in this movie, the destruction of the city that happens in this movie, the fragmentation, not only of Gotham and of the good guys, but even of the bad guys. They're all little fragments that will never come together. They're going to kill each other in this opening scene. Bizarrely, the bad guys kill each other. So you have the city blowing up, and notice the reflection of the city in this glass. Then the glass is blowing up and taking over the city. Now, that happened in Batman Begins, where the entire city is threatened and nearly destroyed in a way by Ra's al Ghul. Here you've got a different type, the chaos that is invading the ordinary, and then the nihilism that will come out later in this introduction. It's a great opening shot. I mean, it looks ordinary. It looks like there's nothing happening here. In fact, you'll see how this shows up a lot. Cut to the interior of this guy, and let's look at this for a little while. Turn the music up. Great sound effects. Note sustained. Those sound effects are good. Whoever did this, I should look up your name and say it. Congratulations, great work. I have my headphones on. It just sounds amazing. Let's look at what's happening here. We're intercutting between two scenes, and they're obviously connected because the guys have masks. These guys on top of the building, and then the guys in the car somewhere down below. We presume it to be down here in this cityscape below here. There's a shot right after the exploding glass that I think is great. Let's look at it right here. It's not this one. Lots of camera movement here and cutting into action. And it's this one right here. Now, as it turns out, this is the Joker. But we don't know. This is a depersonalized shot. The character has his back turned towards us, so we don't see the face. We don't even focus on his face. We don't know who this is at the moment. Even if we did, we still feel a little alienated from this person. The focus of the shot is the whole figure here in the city, but the camera is going to zoom in very slowly onto this right here, and this is the face in the shot, the one face, in fact the first human face that we see, well, not human, but the first face that we see in full, and it's this mask. Let's look at it. So the dominant of the shot changes from the whole person to the mask. And that becomes, this represents one of the major ideas of the movie. It's a symbol for a lot of things. The man behind the mask. Who is the man behind the mask? Well, maybe it's nothing. The Joker, after all, is a nihilistic person. And by the way, I'm going to give an interpretation of this movie. You can disagree. Go ahead and do that in the comments. The Joker represents chaos and nihilism, which means that nothing matters. Do you believe in anything will be the question he's asked later, and the answer is no, he believes in nothing. Well, what he believes in is chaos, really. If you can't believe in nothing, you have to believe in something, and the something is causing chaos and destruction for no reason, or maybe without thinking. Maybe the mask represents that, the empty space behind that mask. Another thing that comes up, in fact, in the first 5 minutes is, who is the man behind the mask? Is there a man, or a woman, or a person? The answer is, in the case of the Joker, what's behind the mask is just another mask. So maybe it's all a world of appearances. Maybe mask is under mask, is under mask, is under mask. And the Joker, as in a lot of Batman lore, is kind of like Batman, who has a mask, and we don't know who's behind the mask. And when we do, he's not even sure about who he is or what he should be. That is Batman himself. So this mask is just showing you a surface behind which there is nothing. And maybe that's the case with human beings themselves. An idea that humans are nothing but what they appear to be, and nothing behind the appearance. There's no depth to the surface. It's a great shot. You know, the clown mask, it works for the bank robbery. I'm going to turn the sound down here so we can look at this. Now here's the intercutting between the ground level and the top level. And we'll zoom down this line with these guys. A great bird's eye shot going from inside to outside. I love this. Looking straight down, vertigo inducing. This is even probably quoting the movie Vertigo. Probably all bird's eye view shots at this point are quoting Vertigo, but it's dizzying, it's unexpected, it's horrifying to some people. It amplifies the tension. We'll cut from here, them going down the wire. Bird's eye view again to them landing. And then the bank robbers, and we're one of the bank robbers in the car with them. So we'll be one of the bank robbers for a while until we get into the bank, and then we'll be on both sides with the bank robbers, seeing their perspective, and then the bankers and the people who are harassed by the robbers.
2 guys on the roof. Every guy gets a share. 5 shares is plenty.
6 shares. Don't forget the guy playing the job.
He thinks he can sit it out and still take a slice. I know why they call him the Joker.
So these are disembodied voices. You can't see their mouths move. Maybe they're not even talking. I mean, who knows who's talking here? Now, I know it's supposed to be these guys are talking, but you can't see their mouths move. You don't know which one of these guys. Maybe it's this guy talking and over this guy. I don't know. These are not humans. These are minions.
So why do they call him the Joker?
And they're going to talk about the Joker throughout the next 5 minutes, and it's just going to amplify all the stuff coming up with who the Joker is. We don't know what he is. We don't know why he's doing what he's doing. We knew we just work for him. The movie is crescendoing to the opening, the first shot of the Joker.
I heard he wears makeup. Makeup? Yeah.
And by the way, as we go through this, you're going to see a lot of action in the frame right here. And when we cut from these guys to the bank, from these guys in the vault to the bank, from the bank to the vault, you're going to see things moving, things being hit right in this area, as I'll indicate. When we cut from one shot in one place to another shot in another place, it's disorienting. To have some action right here is a continuation, offers some continuation between the shots, as well as create some energy and extra interest visually. Alright, so these guys are going to go into the bank. and we're going to make something of this. This will seem ordinary, but all these shots are great in that they set us up. Oh, there's a guy in the bank. These guys run through the bank. And we go all the way back to the bank. Oops. Well, that guy took a dive. Let's go back to here and watch these guys enter the bank. I want you to see some things that maybe you haven't seen before. The movie, there's visual tension all over the place, as I indicated with the cuts, between angles. But here we're going to go from exterior to interior. We're entering the building and the door. What I want you to see is this. Now, this shot gives us the geography of the bank. So this shot, even though it's mostly out of focus, sets us up to see this other end of the bank. And we're going to go down here. So we already have a three-dimensional view of this whole area. Here's something very important. And if you've not watched movies or not familiar with movie terminology, I'm going to introduce a term, the 180-degree flip. This is what's called a horizon line. The shot simulates human perception. So you have 180 degrees or more in your field of vision. You don't have 360 degrees, by the way, or you'd have eyes all the way around your head. So what happens here is that there's a line, sort of an invisible line, and we could look this way, we could look that way. But what we're not going to do is ever cross the line, and I can't really do it for you, but flip around, have to imagine it, and look from down here towards these guys. What's going to happen in the cut? So we're going to look down this way towards the end of the bank, and then we're going to flip around instantly and look this way towards where they came in from. That's what's called a 180-degree flip. We're flipping around the axis here, around the invisible horizontal line, and looking the other way instantly. This is something you cannot do in real life. If you did, you'd have to have an instant transporter beam to allow you to do this. And it's totally unnatural, totally off-putting. It makes your brain go, what? Where are we? What's happening here? The movies use visual tricks to stimulate the brain in human brains in certain ways. The 180-degree flip, we're going to see 3 of them in a row here. And so flip, flip, flip. And all of those flips are as disorienting as your brain could possibly imagine. Right? Visually, flip, flip, flip. So that's the third flip right there. Those 3 flips in a row indicate something is really, really wrong, really, really tense. Let's look at one more time. And we got to see the banker as well. Because this movie introduces the banker. They run to the bank, and then we're going to flip, and then, see, we flipped around, so we're looking towards the doors. The guys are going to fly by here, and we see this guy in medium shot, and if you look carefully at him, I forget this actor's name, but he is an actor who gets high billing on movies. But this guy should not last 2 or 3 minutes, as he does in the opening. Spoiler alert. He should last 20 minutes, 30 minutes of the whole movie, because he's probably getting paid well. He's a name actor. He's been in a lot of movies. This is effectively a cameo appearance for him. When we see him, and when I see him, I've seen him in a lot of movies, I think, well, he should be in this movie. He's going to be one of the stars. Nope, as it turns out, this movie gets rid of him very quickly. And again, that indicates the chaos, the nihilism that is introduced in the movie. The surprise of the window exploding outward in that opening shot is just like this guy being introduced. Here he is. He's going to be here in the whole movie. And then boom, he's gone, killed off by the Joker. In fact, by the bad luck of his gun jamming. We're supposed to side with him here. He's in the power suit, the power tie, all this banker stuff here. But he's going to be killed pretty quickly. Now, what does that mean for a banker to be killed quickly in the introduction? It means something. Fly back there with a camera, seeing these poor people harassed.
Here comes the sun.
And you see cut from her right there to then this thing here, to then this guy's face. So the dominants are right there in the middle. Cutting from, right there again, 6 or 7 in a row where the dominant's right in the middle or in the right middle.
Is it a problem? No, I'm done here.
Oh my goodness, there's more chaos. Why would the bad guys kill each other? That's a question that comes up in about 2 minutes as the banker asks that to the Joker. Don't you believe in anything? Don't you believe in an honor code? The bad guys are killing each other. That is chaotic. We should have the forces of good battling the forces of evil. Very simplistic tension between two things. In fact, the bad guys are killing each other. Why would that be? You know, the movie introduces that chaos theme here with them shooting each other. Look at the forward motion here. Distorted guitars. Oh, okay, we're zooming in slowly here on this banker. He's going to go from banker who works with numbers to I'm a tough guy who can blow you away with a shotgun. Taking off the glasses, going from stereotyping from nerdy accountant to superhuman awesome guy with taking off the glasses. Now, we're going to side with him. We know the zoom in here, the slow zoom in means he's changing his mind or he's determined to do something to take on these bad guys. And then see how the thing was happening here, and then it's happening over here, and then it's happening here again as we keep cutting into things happening right around here. There's that. There's the drill over here. So that's how to connect two different scenes, to intercut two scenes. This is Nolan's strategy with editorially is to, you know, have this region be important and have things happen here and in both places in the bank vault and in the bank, two separate locations to have action happening right there in the screen as he's cutting between them. Watch this. The guy getting hit. There. Yep. And then, oh, now we have a close shot of this guy. We know he's determined to do something. Some action's going to happen. The tension's ramping up. And then, now I just told you, with the very first shot, where the window was blowing outward, that was chaos. Unexpected. I think the previous shot, a close shot of that guy, that banker, set us up for this, but once again, a window exploding outward. You know, again, the chaos of the city is represented here by this window blowing up. And the good guys are going to start to win, the bad guys are going to start to lose. There's a bad guy losing, getting zapped. Oh, power shot there, low angle, looking up at him, the light on him, he's got the shotgun, he's awesome. Now, he's a banker, as we said, and he represents the system of the city. Whether it's financial institutions, businesses, maybe even government. And you know, all the systems in the city are at work, and here they're fighting back against the evil bank robbers, against the chaos that they've introduced into the scene. They seem to be winning, and they make an attempt. What happens here? The Joker totally thwarts this guy. The Joker shoots him down, blows him up, kills him. To me, that represents, take them as types, okay? The banker is a type of the city system. The Joker is a type of evil, nihilistic force that could destroy the city. Guess what can't overcome the evil, nihilistic force? Anything in the city, anything ordinary. The bankers, the government agencies, the police can't stop the bad guys. And that's being announced right here in this opening scene with just this little showdown between the banker and the Joker. Well, he walks from the background to the foreground. He acts tough.
You and your friends are dead!
Yeah, you and your friends are dead.
He's out, right?
I love how their masks are still like there's total emptiness behind them. You know, it's just the same as the shot where the mask was indeed empty behind them. These guys are nothing. They believe in nothing. Oops. And then this guy, what happens to him? Why do the city systems fail? The banks, the government, and so on. Bad luck, fortune, tough circumstances. And they can't overcome it. This won't help them at all. Their weapons won't help them at all. Can't beat the Joker. It's a bad luck. Oops. This guy's dead. And he looks at him curiously. They'll zoom in there.
Where did you learn to count?
They wired this thing up with like 5,000 volts. What kind of bank does that?
A mob bank. I guess the Joker's just crazy.
More interest in the Joker there in the dialogue.
When the guy was dying,
So
I should take him out.
we're continuing to build up to the reveal of the Heath Ledger character.
Something similar.
More bad guys shooting each other here. You see, you have him putting money in bags as tense and interesting in that shot right there.
If this Joker guy was so smart, he'd have had us bring a bigger car.
Oh, okay. Here we're going to have one more of these explosions. Inward, glass flying at us. Watch.
I'm betting the Joker told you to kill me as soon as we loaded the cash.
No. I killed a bus driver.
Bus driver.
Where's the bus driver? Well, we've already been set up. When they first ran into the bank, we've seen the place where the bus is going to come. And it's just like the establishment shot and the opening where the window exploded outward. It's just like the banker with the shotgun blowing that window open. Here's the wall. It's going to blow open here.
Bus driver.
And that guy didn't expect it at all. So he didn't know. He was ignorant. And then chaos happens to him. In fact, death ensues because he didn't know. And so, okay, once again, you have the chaotic action of the wall exploding here. Watch. There are 280-degree flips there, by the way. Rewind the video and you'll see them once again.
Out. Time to go. Guy's not getting up, is he?
That's a lot of money.
What happened to the rest of the guys?
Notice how the camera keeps moving around here, and we're always moving with the Joker as if we're just tracking him all the time. It's really interesting, or at least creates a lot of interest in this bank robbery. And then, oh, hope you heard that percussion. Couldn't even hear what that is. It's out a wooden block as this guy shows up right here. So maybe he'll be resurrected, and he's like one of these movie cliched villains who get shot 100 times and yet come back to life in order to fight some more. Although the gun is there far away from him, so maybe that's not possible. And here's some key lines that I want to focus on.
The guy that hired yous. He'll just do the same to you. Oh, criminals in this town used to...
Listen to what the banker says, who represents him saying, as I'm interpreting him as government, financial system, businesses, the whole city.
believe in things.
Criminals used to believe in things. Honor, respect.
Look at you. What do you believe in, huh?
What do you believe in? This is a key question for the entire thinking movie, okay? What do you believe in? And as he's asking that question, we're focusing on a man who may be faceless, who is faceless to us, there's nothing behind the mask. What do you believe in? Great question, because the entire movie, every single character, Batman, Commissioner Gordon, Harvey Dent, everybody is going to be confronted with this question, and then the other question, why do you believe in that? So what do you believe in, then why do you believe in it? Why would you even bother to save Gotham City? Why would you even bother to do what you're doing, which is to blow up the city, oh Joker? What do you believe in is a key basic philosophical question. It has a lot of answers. I mean, what do you believe in? I believe in convention. I believe in tradition. I believe in what other people think is popular. And then why do you believe that? I don't know. And so this movie, it's a heavily philosophical movie with the opening foray question here asked to the Joker, who answers it. And he gives this cynical answer that is nevertheless pretty philosophical. All right, let's listen.
What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Oh my goodness. Okay, there is the reveal of the Joker, and the entire opening scene has been building up to this the entire time. With every single shot, with every single note and sound effect and line of dialogue. There he is. What do you believe in? I believe that whatever doesn't kill you, and there's a cliche that could be uttered here, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, which is from Nietzsche, the will to power, but the Joker modifies that. Maybe he is taking that and believing in it, but twisting it and making it his own. I believe whatever doesn't kill you makes you stranger. It just changes one letter in the cliche, the word stronger turning to stranger. And stranger, then you reveal with the music cueing you the mask of the Joker. So what's behind his clown mask? Another clown mask. What's behind this clown mask? Nobody knows. Now the Joker has no background. He has no education, no family. We know nothing about this guy. And even what's told to us by him primarily in this movie, we can't believe at all. This person may not even be a person. He may be a force. He may represent a force. All right, I think it's valid to interpret the movie that way. But knowing nothing about him, he's just a man with a mask, and with a mask behind a mask, behind a mask, behind a mask. Just a world of appearances and the chaos that ensues from that sort of world. I love it. You can barely see his eyes here. He's barely visible to us. With this horrific grin on his face. Now, a lot of people watch this movie and like the Heath Ledger Joker character. I mean, when it came out in 2008, Halloween costumes, t-shirts, people praising Heath Ledger for this performance. But the shot indicates that you are to be very uncomfortable here and not take this to be something you should love, something you should necessarily turn into a pop culture icon. This is an extreme close shot, or nearly one, which you're up in his face. This violates the personal space rule that we all have, or some Americans culturally. If you get up too close into our face, we'll feel uncomfortable. We'll feel that our individual personal space has been violated. Well, that's what some extreme close shots do. And that's what this shot right here is doing. We're up too close in a face that is ugly and kind of disgusting. We wouldn't want to be 10 feet from him if we saw him because he looks like a creepy psychopath. But now the movie forces us up in his face. Oh man, I'm really uncomfortable. And so that tells us even more about what he's saying, which is, I believe in whatever kills you simply makes you stranger. Now, we've seen him shoot all of his bad guys, so the chaos theme is there already, but it's really interesting. Let's take a look at this one more time.
School's out. Time to go. The guy's not getting up, is he? That's a lot of money.
Joker doesn't care about money at all. He doesn't care about his minions at all. What does he care about? That's to be determined. He cares about messing with people. I mean, he's like an online troll. They just mess with people, try to ruin their lives, try to make them have bad days, and then that's it. What else do they do but destroy and tear down? I mean, that's the Joker. Online trolls, well, who do they hurt? They don't blow up cities, but verbally, they attempt that with people's psychology. I just love this line. This banker says, well, everyone should have an honor code. Oh, why don't you believe in a conventional honor code? And the Joker is exploding that by saying, conventions are just conventions. They're rules that are made up that are breakable. Why? Because I say so. I mean, why should I even care about a city? What's there to care about? I believe in a city because I should believe in it? Nope, I'm not going to do that. So give me a moral principle, a philosophical reason why I should believe in this city. Nobody's offering that answer to the Joker. Or maybe the Joker just says, I don't care about any answer. But these people exist. These kind of ideas exist. And the Dark Knight trilogy confronts very strongly the idea that, well, several different ideas about revolution and chaos and fragmentation as opposed to the unity of a city. So what do you believe in?
Honor, respect. Look at you. What do you believe in?
This guy says it 3 times. What do you believe in? And that's the question that every single viewer ought to ask themselves. What do you believe in? And I added to that question, why do you believe in it? So the movie is highly philosophical. I shouldn't say in spite of being a superhero movie, but some people might say, well, it's a superhero movie, so it's for kids, or it's based on comic books. This is as thoughtful of a movie, really a movie series with the Dark Knight trilogy as you can get. So go watch it in full. It's disturbing in a lot of ways, so beware. But the whole opening is a wonderful setup to introduce the villain, the Joker, with every shot, every detail mattering. So I hope you watched this video and got a lot out of it. But if you saw something that I didn't see, please leave me a comment. Please leave me or send me an email. Go to my website, joshmatthews.org, and leave a comment. I'd like to hear from you because I like to see what I didn't notice. Because when you would watch a 5-minute section of any movie that's decent to good, it's going to be so complex that you can't exhaust what can be said about it. So here we are with The Dark Knight. Enjoy watching the rest of this movie if you haven't. Thanks for watching and thanks for your patience. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video if you liked it. I appreciate any comment you give me. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.